Crash 4 walkthrough part something or other. I really should just give up on the numbering at this point. I mean, how many dang guides have I lost the number that we're on? My video timeline says 9, and I think we're more on, like, beyond 9. But anyway, we get something somewhat new, I think. Anyway, maybe we've seen this before, I'm not sure, but we will have a box that we get to hit, and it will spawn a bunch of boxes that have a time limit on them, so man, it's been 2 weeks since I narrated the last videos. I cannot remember if you've seen those or not yet, so I do have a goal. I want to finish this whole walkthrough before the end of November. That does not mean it will be uploaded by then, but hopefully I can get it completely done, edited, narrated, and all of that, just so I can stop worrying about it, and I can move on either back to Doom Eternal or something else. Cyberpunk is coming out soon, but I saw some report that was going to be like 175 plus hours long, or at least that's like how long a developer was spending on it, and we know, based on previous things, that just because they make the game, or especially so-called journalists, right, just because they supposedly write about games for a living, doesn't mean they can actually play them in any meaningful way. So 175 hours could mean anything. A little weird because the developers of Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red, I believe, said that they wanted to make it a little bit shorter than Witcher 3, just because no one finished Witcher 3. And I did, in fact, finish that game, and I think it took me like 110 hours to 100% that game, at least in my eyes, which was complete every quest. So I don't know. Cyberpunk might be fun. I don't know if I'm going to get it right away. I think it'll be extremely hard to record, so I doubt I'll record that one. But the other things more about the Crash Bandicoot game itself that I guess I should be talking about is this level that has a whole lot of water in it, and we just did a pretty annoying jet ski section. There's going to be more of those throughout the game, and it just doesn't really get any better. Some of these bats are carrying nitro. I think that they will drop the nitro on you if you get too close, so you got to be careful about those. Then it's just a whole lot of vine swinging and paying attention to that circle beneath you, and knowing that those barrels do fall into the water if you stay on them for too long. At this point, it's going to be pretty unlikely that you're going to come across many lone platforms that don't disappear when you jump on them. So just kind of get used to moving fast. And that was something that I did get used to in the other Crash games. If you stay still in those games for any real length of time, you're dead. You know, you're just dead. So the controls for the stupid jet ski, whatever the heck this is thing, jet skateboard, are not great. I really feel like the hitbox for Crash should have been a little bit bigger, because it's really easy, in my opinion, to like phase right through a box, and you have to hit the box pretty much dead on. I was not going to go for that one up with those two mines there. I wasn't even going to bother. But there's just a lot of times you're going to run into a box and just be like, why didn't that hit it when you're on this stupid thing like right there? Why didn't I hit the one on the right? And earlier in the level, I like went on a ramp, but it didn't ramp me up. So it's kind of weird, some of the inconsistencies in this game. Speaking of inconsistencies, the whirlpools. In this level, if you get caught in a whirlpool and you're actively trying to get out of it, they don't really seem to do a whole lot to you. Many times in this video, I've been near the middle of them, but I actually wasn't yet in the middle, because I think these whirlpools will in fact kill you. However, later on in the game, those whirlpool centers are much less forgiving, and if you get sucked into them at all, you die. So I don't really know what's going on there with those stupid things, but that's just how it is. And now we get this little fun kind of buoy? I don't know what to call it. Oh, airboat. Hoverboat. Those are hoverboats, aren't they? So this kind of weird swamp hoverboat that we got to jump on, and it's kind of like what we've done in the previous levels. We just have to follow it along and avoid all the stuff that's getting thrown at us along the way. Some of these boxes really aren't too bad. He will stop in place if the TNT blocks his way, so you'll have to jump on it to blow it up. And then just kind of hit some of these boxes and try to get ahead in some places. I think there's a place here that it does help to get ahead. So right here, yeah, I guess right here it is actually, because you want to be able to jump on or ground pound onto these so you can blow up those boxes. And then there's going to be a box really high up in the air there, and I didn't blow that one up because I wasn't really sure what to do. Almost jumped on the nitro, did not though, and also missed that box. You can crouch just by holding circle, avoid the nitro, and crouching's a little bit more easier to control. That doesn't make any sense, but anyway, it's a little bit easier to control than sliding under. And sliding's fine, but crouching just it keeps you still. So you have to get to that point without dying to get the VCR thing, which is kind of absurd, which I feel that way in pretty much all the VCR levels, or whatever they are, the retro levels. And then we're at the end here, and our checkpoint is just ahead of us. And then there's going to be a final stretch to the end of the level. And this took me forever. I don't know how many lives I lost. It's weird. I always think that I died a million times, and then I watched the video and I died like 6 times. Always feels way more than that, but I did die a lot. That opening part right there is fine. This nitro part's a little bit sketchy because the controls are just so watery. It's really annoying. And then right here with this stuff blowing up, this is where it starts to make no sense to me. So avoiding those mines is fine, avoiding that one's fine. And then it's going to come up right here. We can grab this one, and then we can grab that box. No, we can't because we didn't get on the stupid ramp. And then I took damage right there. Soon here I'm going to take a lot of damage because I don't know how you're supposed to turn out of the way of that one right there. I barely made it across, actually. I don't think I took damage on that then. Yeah, so that little ending turn, those 2 left ones, the left and the right one, I mean, it just took me so many dang tries to get past that part, and I think I did take damage earlier because I had a tiki, so I think I had to eat a hit somewhere, but anyway, that wasn't a very good explanation, but you saw it. That's it for this level.
What time is it? Oh, goodness. I ought to know. Crush! Coco! Come on, give old Capuna a kiss, eh? Don't look at me like I broke wind at a wedding. I'm time. I see everything. And I mean everything. There's some very unexpected developments in your future. Your very near future. Shocking events that will change the course of your life.
Yeah, just gonna stop you there before you tell us how we all die.
Well, if you'd rather not know about the giant mask-eating monster from beyond the stars,
Leaving now.
that is your choice.